بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين نبينا محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين ثم أما بعد. I wanted to give a few words on the importance of khushu' in Salah. Khushu' meaning sacred stillness. It is the outward stillness, while khudu' is the inward stillness. But with the disclaimer that myself, I try to do my best as well. Al-Imam al-Khatib al-Baghdadi, he would give sermons on things that he would struggle with himself, and he would say to the people that, look, it's because when I speak to the people about something, then it makes it easier for me to do it myself. And so that's why he would speak about those things in his public sermons. Now, one of the pious predecessors, when he was walking, he crossed somebody in Salah, and so that person, he complained to him afterward, and he said, I was praying and you walked in front of me. So that righteous man, I don't remember his name, so I don't quote him, but he says that I was too busy in the remembrance of Allah. That's why I didn't notice that I crossed you. And you can understand what he's trying to say is that you're praying, you should be focusing more on your Salah than I am. And so a good Salah with a hadir dhahan, with a mind that is present, it begins with wudu. Or we could say that it begins with the adhan. When the adhan is called, I listen to it and I try my best to repeat after what the mu'adhin says, and I read the dua after that. And then when it's for wudu, then I make wudu. How many times do so many of us miss all the sunan of wudu? For example, the dua before, during, and after wudu. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. And there is Raditu billahi rabban wa bil Islami deenan wa bi Muhammadin sallallahu alayhi wa sallam nabiyyan. There is a dua, Allahumma ja'alni min at-tawabin wa ja'alni min al-mutatahhirin. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluh. Then there is the ikhlal. And there is different sunan that so many times go missed, such as washing the limbs 3 times. And then after that, on the way to the Masjid, Allahumma aftah li abwaba rahmatik. And then with your right foot. And all of these things, then when it comes time for Salah, then before the fard there is a sunnah. A sunnah gives like a warm up. And so then when it's time for the fard Salah, then it becomes much more easier to have a present mind. And from the meanings of the hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, we can infer that Salah, we get the reward according to our attention span. But what happens today is because there's so much social media, is that our attention spans are decreasing and decreasing, and it's harder to sit still without thinking about what's going on in our lives. And so imagine in the time of the Prophet ﷺ, or in the times after that, they would not have the microphone system. And so the people who didn't come early or who were in the later rows, they would not be able to listen to the qira'ah as well, or even the khutbah. And so even though they could not hear anything, but they still have that khushu'. Why? Because they know that they're standing in front of their Creator, and they know that they have, that they're being graded. For example, after they pray, they can have a sense, okay, did I get an A, or did I get a B, or did I get a C in my Salah? And so that's something we all want to have in our mind. And it is through these small things, through these interchanges, that the ayah comes, إِنَّ اللَّهَ لَا يُغَيِّرُ مَا بِقَوْمٍ حَتَّى يُغَيِّرُ مَا بِأَنفُسِهِمْ. That Allah does not change a people until they change something that is within themselves. And so imagine there's a big fighter, for example, and we have to, for example, fight him. So we have to train ourselves because he's a bigger person and we're smaller and weaker. So we have to get stronger and train ourselves. And so imagine this as that training progress. The attendance itself, the people who attend the masjid for salawat are so few to begin with, in respect to the rest of the population. Then on top of that, those who come, at least let's make that quality higher. Inshallah, then we're going to see the fruits of that in other places as well. May Allah make us a people of khushu' and salah, and may Allah make us ahl of His reward and mercy. Ameen ya Rabbil Alameen. Subhanakallah bihamdik, nashhadu an la